What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my Royal Rumble predictions for the men's. Now, I did this a while ago, I think 2 months ago-ish, maybe more. Doing it again today. Probably will do it again closer in January. You know the drill. I think this year's Royal Rumble for the men's side is pretty unpredictable. I think men or women's, you can talk about it. I have a little bit of question marks on it, though. A little bit of question marks, but we'll talk about it. Let's get started, and because you guys like those short videos, and let's get right into it. We have, I think, 11 today, so let's get started. Let's talk about the long shots first. As always in these videos, we have tiers, we have the long shots, we have the dark horses, then we have the favorites, of course, but they usually have different names sometimes. So today is the long shots. We have Bronson Reed. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think it's a long shot that Bronson Reed goes crazy in the Royal Rumble and wins it. I think going crazy, he actually probably will. I don't think he'll win it, and I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, is that I don't think he'll win the Royal Rumble because obviously you have Braun Breaker and others there, but I still want to mention him because there's always a kind of just in case factor. Obafemi is a interesting one in my opinion. I kind of want Obafemi to win because I think there has to be one year with the women's or the men's side that a NXT star gets called up and wins right away. You know how insane that would be? I thought maybe they were going to do it with Roxanne last year, and I was like, whoa, this is insane. Didn't do it. Instead, they did go the route of Charlotte Flair winning instead. But Obafemi, I still have here because I think could be a chance. Probably not huge long shot. CM Punk would be way higher on this list. And I mean way. I'll say it one more time. Way higher on this list if it wasn't for he's champion right now. And that's why Cody Rhodes isn't on this list. Dominic Mysterio, Ilya Dragunov not on this list because they're champions. And I think there will be champions for after this Royal Rumble. CM Punk could have a match at Royal Rumble for the championship, and that's the route they go, but I do believe CM Punk now is a long shot. I told everyone when they were predicting it that the match of Cody versus CM Punk did not make sense to happen at, what is it called? WrestleMania, because it just felt like you would go after that world title, and I officially think that's the case we go. I think it is going to be CM Punk with the world title for a while. I think even past SummerSlam, and then maybe WrestleMania 43. Could we see Punk and Cody? I could see it. In another year, if there was a champion that made sense to do it, I mean, maybe Cody Rhodes is the one to take out Jacob Fatu. I would have Jacob Fatu higher. I think looking at it now, next year, he's going to be up there. He's going to be up there as one of my favorites. I think Jacob Fatu is too much of a superstar to not win a Royal Rumble in the future, win an Elimination Chamber in the future. I cannot wait till we get a title run of his, like a World Heavyweight Championship run, a Universal title run with Jacob Fatu, because I really do believe that's going to be money. Starting off with the Dark Horse candidates, we have the man in the hour, Drew McIntyre. I was going to try and rhyme that, but then there was really no way to rhyme hour with McIntyre. Tower. I should delete that, huh? Not going to. Drew McIntyre here, Dark Horse candidate. I think it makes sense to have him maybe win the Royal Rumble if you're trying to do a fatal four-way or triple threat. I do not want to see a Cody versus Drew at WrestleMania. I have to be completely honest with you, and here's why. I think if they've already done it on a Saturday Night's Main Event, you cannot do it at a WrestleMania. So Drew McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble could be a huge, interesting thing to say to push the narrative of him going against a Cody Rhodes or somebody else. Maybe, just maybe, Cody loses the title beforehand, and I think it would be Drew. That's also why I have him here. And all of a sudden forces himself into the match with Drew and whoever would win it, and then Jacob Fatu comes out of nowhere. I have a fatal four-way prediction for WrestleMania if you can't tell. So Drew McIntyre is here, and I'm going to right now say Drew McIntyre should be considered favorite, one of the favorites, if someone loses the championship and if Cody loses the championship and they try and extend a storyline. Hopefully. Sami Zayn is knocked down from last time I did this into the Dark Horse candidates. Now, I'm realizing, in my opinion, that Sami Zayn likely will have a championship match and championship win at WrestleMania 43. Now knowing for sure Money in the Bank's after SummerSlam, to me, I think it's going to be Money in the Bank, Sami Zayn, and he cashes in at WrestleMania. I think that's where they're going with it for Saudi. I think Sami's going to go far in this. I don't think he'll win. But then that begs the question, what does Sami do at WrestleMania? And I have, to be honest with you, absolutely no idea, but that's not on me. LA Knight's going to be at the top of the dark horse candidates because, in my opinion, I think I would consider an LA Knight a favorite in Saudi because Saudi is so over, or LA Knight's so over in Saudi. But with a CM Punk, with a Braun Breaker now there, it's hard for me to say LA Knight will win the Royal Rumble when there's so many more options. I really do believe that I think they're going to go for a either Braun Breaker with the title, maybe against LA Knight. No, but they've done that match before. Maybe it's a triple threat. Maybe there's some big matchup. I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, a triple threat or fair four-way is the only way I can see LA Knight win this Royal Rumble because I just don't see them trying to run CM Punk versus LA Knight at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. Because I think they're going to win CM Punk in a huge marquee matchup. Oh, but then could they do Punk and or Roman and Breaker? I don't know. God. Let's start off with the favorites with Roman Reigns. Now, in this tier, I generally think all of them have probably the same probability. Roman Reigns, to me, could win it, but I don't see it happening, especially with Seth Rollins being gone, with others not making more sense. I don't think they'll just randomly throw Roman with Cody. I don't see that happening. And for that reason, I think, if anything, we have Roman here to be somewhat of a No, I just think he's here because I think someone's going to throw him out and it's going to set up their storyline. And I kind of want it to be Jey Uso, and I think it will be Jey Uso. At number 3, technically, is Randy Orton. And I do believe Randy Orton has a pretty good chance of winning if you're trying to extend the storyline of Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. To me, Randy Orton winning in Saudi would be a safe choice because it is 100% a fan favorite. And then you have, I think, what could happen is Randy Orton wins. Let's say this. Drew wins the title. Off of Cody because of accidental Randy Orton interference. Randy wins the Royal Rumble. He decides to pick Drew, obviously. Cody gets himself inside the match. Jacob Fatu maybe returns to the Royal Rumble and tries to take out Randy or focuses on Randy. I don't know. Maybe Jacob Fatu comes back early, doesn't know who took him out. I think Randy will be the one announced, but I think there's a chance that he wins it so that they can further a storyline going into WrestleMania with like a big triple threat fair four-way. Listen to me. If Gunther retires John Cena, there's 2 ways they go about it for Gunther at WrestleMania. I mean, it could, or 3. I'll say 3. It could be an IC title match if John Cena does actually have that IC title. It could be Brock Lesnar. I think that's a big possibility. What I see happening and what I have predicted before, but then now hearing that he could have the IC title and everything, it's harder to see this. Could we see a Gunther retire John Cena and then go on to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship? New feud, something we've seen in the past. Could be a catalyst to saying you broke my spirit then and broke my confidence, and that's why I've never been as confident as I've always been. And then we have Gunther beat Cody, and then we have a dominant heel back in front. Just going to throw it out there. I think that's the route they could go, and I really do see a Gunther as a big potential to win this Royal Rumble. But my number 1 is Braun Breaker. I think this is the route WWE chose. I think they said, okay, we could have gotten Braun Breaker with a title at Saturday Night's Main Event, but why do that when we can just put a rocket on him and absolutely show his dominance in different ways? And they decided Survivor Series, have him as the leader of a matchup. Then they're going to go to, Royal Rumble, and Braun Breaker's going to win. He's going to challenge CM Punk. He's going to go all the way to WrestleMania, win his first title there. I think that's the best way to go about it. On ESPN, they're going to also show Braun Breaker as dominant. They're also going to show Braun Breaker in Saudi as a guy who just won the Royal Rumble. To me, it makes just too much sense. And I am going to choose here Braun Breaker to win the Royal Rumble. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.